Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make this lovely bracelet. So I made this with the beautiful pearls that I got from Beebeecraft. So it was 30 strands of pearls, and they had multiple strands of each color. And there's the green. So I'm kind of obsessed with green. So I did find these rondelles that from another Beebeecraft collaboration, so we can put them together. Look at how nice they go together. And you know what, I was looking up the code for this in case people wanted to buy these, and I forgot how incredibly cheap these are. Like cheap as in not a lot of money cheap. So definitely take a look. I wrote it down for you. They are pale green, and I'll put the link at the top of all my other items, and I'll put the pearls at the top. Of course, there's only like 4 items I got for this collaboration because they were huge items. So pale green, there are 4x3 rondelles, and there's 10 strands for $3.60. And I might put the link to the video for this unboxing as well, because I got a bunch of these crystals like this for super cheap, and all of them are just stunning. And of course, you know, I'll do videos with different items, but sometimes I have 10 items and I'm only required to do 2 videos. I often do 4, 5, 6 videos, but sometimes I don't get a chance to play with them. So I couldn't believe it when I pulled them out and then I checked the price. I'm like, what? So there's about 130 on each strand, so that's an awesome deal. And the pearls are 30 strands. They're 4 millimeter pearls, and it was $22. Right now, I think the price is like 28 or 27 and change. It's currently 21.81 US. It's 15% off, so definitely take a look. You know what? I wouldn't recommend like inexpensive pearls unless they're really good. These are really good. I am so stunned at how beautiful they are. I'm not getting any flaking at all. The finish goes around the sides. Now, the only thing that I noticed when I went from using inexpensive pearls to using some of the brand name pearls is the brand name pearls are completely round. So there's no, you see how they sit together? There's like a line. With the brand name pearls, if it's a total circle, it will be out this way and just touch at the very edge of the pearl. But you know what? When it comes to these are not as bad as some of the ones I've seen. And I just have to say, as being a beginner beader, I started when COVID started. I would buy my pearls on AliExpress or eBay, and I would pay like about $1.50 for a bag of pearls that maybe had 100 to 150 pearls in it. And of course, different prices for different sizes. And you know, when you do as much beading as I do, I was just going through it, and then I was having to find pearls that were really nice, and keep ordering from that seller, and then I'd get color differences, and like pink was my favorite color I would order, and I'd get 2 sets of 4 millimeter pinks, and they were different colors and stuff. So I wish I had known about Beebeecraft back then, because I cannot believe how nice these are. So definitely, I highly recommend them. So let's get started. So this bracelet I did in a video way when I started, probably in my first year. And let me show you that one. So that's this one here that I did. And I could probably show you what I mean about the pearls, because these were inexpensive pearls. So you can see this one here, how flat it is. Now, it doesn't really matter in this, you know, putting it on this bracelet. And these were cheap bicones, so I think for the next collaboration with Beebeecraft, I'm going to check out their bicones for you. So, yeah. So I love this design. I like the, like, skipping the different elements. So a bicone with a pearl. And I thought that would look good with this. And of course, it turned out really nice. And then I went ahead and I attached it at the end. The end is super easy. I tried to do a really intricate ending and it just wasn't working. And I thought, wait a minute, let me just add a couple of beads here. And then the clasp that I got from Beebeecraft. So we're going to do this. So if you're not interested, you've seen it in my other video, by all means, don't feel like you have a responsibility to hang out with me. Let's, I don't know if this one's, the strand's tied or not. Looks like the beads are falling off. Okay, so we'll use this one. So I have, I think this full bracelet didn't use a full strand. So, but you have to alternate it. If you were using just pearls, it might use a strand and a bit. Okay, let's just put those for now. Have some more in a baggie. And let's cut one of these strands. Oh, I'm just dying to do these. So let's grab those. And I haven't decided how far we're going to go into this. This could be just a chatting with Emma on Sunday afternoon. Because you know I like to chat. Okay. So you're going to need some 11O seed beads, and of course I had to go with green. I was thinking of going with an alternate color and then decided, no, let's do green. It just happens I have this. I don't know where it came from. Sometimes people send me stuff and I forget. I'm going to put these all out there. You're going to need a needle. So I'm using a size 10. I'm going to see how that works out. I'm also using size 6 green from Potomac Beads, the dragon thread. So you can use, I probably wouldn't use a 6-pound fire line. It's a little thick, so if you have something thinner, that would work. So let's put some of these out. Let's move these over here. And move these up here. Get these handy dandy. Oh, these are pretty. And you're going to need your scissors, of course. So, let me just show you too, for the beginning and the ending of this. So I start out, it depends on, I think I started with my pearls and then did the crystal, the pearls, and then alternate for the second row. But also for the ending, I decided to, whatever the predominant bead was, that's what I was going to put on the end. But you can put, I mean, it probably would have looked nice with the crystals as well. But take a look at what happened when I ended. I had this on that side. So of course I put those there. And you know what? It's really up to you how you do it. It's your bracelet. Let me flip it so you can see the lovely crystals. Your bracelet, do what you want. And most people won't see the clasp at your wrist anyway. So we're going to start out by picking up some pearls. You're going to pick up an 11O. That one's too small. 11O, a pearl, an 11O, a pearl, 11O, a pearl, 11O, and a pearl. So I will show you what you have. Let me go like this. The magic of video. So you're going to pick up 4 11-0s, starting with an 11-0, and 4 pearls, ending with a pearl, like that. You're going to take it down close to the end of your tail here. We're going to tie it off. If you want to use a stop bead, you can do that. So let's get this tied off. That. And another knot. So yeah, don't forget, there's 10% off with the coupon code EMMA10, and I'll include that in the description with all the links to all the items that I got on this collaboration. I'm going to do one more knot here. And if you're a YouTuber and you meet the requirements for doing collaborations, and it's pretty simple, you could take a look. I put the link for that too. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I find it's a great way, one, I get to shop and I get free items, and two, it motivates me to try different things. So it's really fun. And they're not like they're really nice to deal with. So, and if you have, I think if you have enough subscribers and stuff, you can do the like a financial affiliate program as well. So, okay, so I've got my first one. I put 3 knots in there. I'm just a little obsessive about my knots. I'm going to go through just the pearls to start with. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring the pearls together away from the seed beads that we added. So right now it kind of looks a little bit like a flower. It's going to pull those in together. It's going to look more like a bit of a square. So this technique, I guess you would call it right angle weave, and you do go through your beads quite a few times because of you're wanting them to really cinch together. So now we've got this last one here. Oh, there's one more there, I think. So you see how they keep getting closer and closer? Okay, we're going to skip this one, this seed bead, and then we're going to come in to the last seed bead. So through the 4mm pearl, the last seed bead. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a right angle weave with our 11-0s. So we already have one there, so let's just pick up 3 like that. You're coming out of this side of that 11-0, you're going to go into the other side. And what you're going to do is you're going to go through the pearl, and you could possibly go through the next 11-0. You know what? These guys are in the way, so you can't see. There. So pick up your 3 11-0s, go through your 11-0 that's attached, and you can go through the next pearl. And that's going to create your little flower design. Go through your 11-0. You're going to pick up 3 11-0s. You're going to go through the other side of your 11-0 and through your pearl, and you see how that went through that 11-0, so that saves us one step of pulling our thread through, which is nice, but you don't have to do that. And it's already starting to look pretty. You could make earrings with this. You could make a necklace with this. So go through the 11-0, through the pearl, and through the next 11-0. So you're going to go all the way around your pearls and create those little kind of floret kind of things. Pick up 3 11-0s, and now we're just going to go through the 11-0 because now we're going to add the crystals to the other side of this. So we want to add our crystals. So we're going to go through this 11-0 and this 11-0. Let's do that. And you can do it at once like that. Put it like that. Now we're going to start. So remember how we started the first one? We started with an 11-0 and then alternated pearl, 11-0 pearl. Well, you're considering this one of your 11-0s. So now we're going to go crystal, 11-0, crystal, 11-0, crystal, 11-0, and one more crystal. And then we're going to come around to the other side of this 11-0. So your thread's coming out of this side, we're going to go through this side like that. And I'm just hanging on to it. You don't have to. Okay, so now what I want to do is go through the next crystal there and skip the 11-0. So we're going through the first crystal. You're going to skip that 11-0. You're going to go through the next crystal. And I hang on to them. The thread gets loose and then things move around. Okay, so this, you see it's kind of just sitting there. You want this on the outside. If it doesn't automatically poke out when you pull, then put your needle in and pull, and it will stay in that position. And now you're ready to go. It might come back out. We can redo it when all of them are done. So let's skip this 11-0, go through this crystal. We're going to skip the next one, go through the next crystal. And so I'm just going to pull that nice tight. Just remember, when you're going through your crystals, they are sharp inside. I didn't know that. Somebody let me know when I was having problems with my threads breaking a lot. And so when you are tightening, just be careful and be aware that you could be breaking your thread. And it's actually, I think it did happen with that one. So let's add 3 11-0s. So we're going to make our little flowers here. So go through the 11-0, through the crystal. I've got my 3 11-0s there. I went through the other 11 like that. And there's our next one there. Do 3 11-0s like that. Go on the other side of that 11-0 through the crystal, and I'm going to go through the next 11 like that. This is a lot of green. I'm looking at it and I'm like, why did I pick that? Okay, something's wonky here. I didn't go around, that's why. I'll just back out. Tell you, the best hint I can give you, and I never use it myself, is if you have to go back out, take your needle off and bring your thread through. Trying to go through, this is what happens. So clearly I've looped my thread onto another piece of thread, and now it's not coming out where it needs to. So let's take this off. I think in the past, threading a needle was a big issue, so I used to avoid it if I can, but you know what? It's not. If you're using a size 10 needle, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, people still have problems with their hands and eyes, which I do. There we go. So just take your nail and flatten it a bit, and then hold it between your thumb and forefinger, index finger, and then slide your needle onto the thread. I have people comment, I can't believe how fast you are at threading your needle. Oh, you should watch my old videos. I'd be there for a couple of minutes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I should pause this. There. So pick up 3. I've come a long way. 3 11-0s. You're coming out of this side. We're going to go into this side. And now we want to add our pearls here. So we're going to make our way around what we just added. So just go through. So at this point you can go through that single 11-0. Now that we have the position of, look, I did it again. I didn't go around my, let's see if I can get through this one. I like shortcuts. That doesn't feel good. I can feel like a tightness. Please make it work. Haha. Okay, so I came out of this side. I want to go to the other side to create my little kind of picot flowery looking thing. Okay. So now I'm going to go around to this side so I can add the next one. So go through your crystal, go through your 11-0. There. Go through the crystal. So for this design, it's important to follow the direction of the thread. So if you're going this way and it's going to be in circles, you want to go around. So rather than, come out of this bead and then go up to the next one, you'd see your thread here. And that's all it does. Now I'm just going to flip it. It makes it easier for me to work from right to left. So then get to that end point 1. Now we're going to add the next set of pearls. So we are going to do, there's 3 and there's 4. So pick up a pearl. You already have your one common bead there. I'm really impressed with these pearls. Look, on expensive pearls, they have that little tail. And I don't know, I think that just means that they're coating them really well. So it's nice. So pick up a pearl, pick up an 11-0, pearl, 11-0, pearl, 11-0, and a pearl. There, that's what you have. You are coming out of this side, you're going to go in to the other side, like that. So again, like I said, when we do it like that, and there are some designs that use this kind of rounded flowery look. That's not this design. Actually, I did one and I was trying to do something different with it to create a different design, but it just was not working for me. Sometimes I'll try to do a new design for an old stitch and I'll be so close to getting what I want to do, but I have to put it down till I can figure it out in my head. So now we're going to skip all the 11-0s again so that these pearls really cinch together. It's also going to create, so you can see how lovely these are, it's also going to create some structure. Because this is a very flippy floppy design. Just in case that's not your jam, I'm going to let you know up front. I love the drapey stuff. That's, it's very kind of loose. So we're going to skip that 11-0, go through the purl. We're going to skip the next 11-0. And go through the purl and the 11-0. Because now we're going to add our little picots. Like that. Pick up 3 11-0s. This is a really simple, I think that's probably why I liked it when I started beading. It's a really simple design. Like that. Go through this 11-0. Pick up 3 11-0s. Like that. Go through your purl, go through your 11-0, your purl, your 11-0. Get yourself set up for the next one. Pick up 3 11-0s. So you're on this side, you want to come on this side, you want to go around, we're going to come up to this one here because we're going to start the next row. Like that. So just go through this 11-0 and then your purl and then the next 11-0. So this is doing a figure 8. So it's probably more figure 8 than it is right angle weave, but basically that's what the bead bosses call it. They call it a right angle weave. It just pretty much is everything. Okay, I'm just flipping it, make it easier. So we want to be on this one here because we're going to start this row. So go through this 11-0 and through the next 11-0. And now we are going to add crystals to that because now we're alternating. So we're going to pick up 1 crystal, 1 11-0, 1 crystal, an 11-0, a crystal, an 11-0, and a crystal. Like that. So let's pick this up. You're coming out of this side. I feel like they need more light there. So you're coming out of this side. We're going to go into this side. Okay. So now we are going to go through the crystal. And we want to cinch up all the crystals. So we're going to skip the 11-0s. Just going to hold my thread so it's nice and tight. Let me see if I can take this down a bit for you. Okay, go through the crystal, skipping the 11-0. There. Go through the next crystal, skipping that 11-0 as well. Go through the next crystal. And skip that 11-0. And we're going to skip that 11-0. We're going to go through the next crystal. But we are going to pick up that 11-0. Because now we're going to add our little picots. That. Pick up 3 11-0s for the picot. Like that. And go through the other side of the 11-0. That. And this design too, your thread gets caught and stuff because there's all these little things sticking out. So now let's go through the crystal and the 11-0. There. And that will pull that one tight, pick up 3 11-0s. You're coming out of this side, we're going to go into the other side, like that. And we're going to go through the crystal and through the 11-0 if you can, otherwise just do it in 2 steps. There, go through here, the 11-0, pick up 3 11-0s, you're coming out of this side, we're going to go into this side, and we're going to go through our crystal and our 11-0 as well. And this is where the design becomes a little bit complicated. It confused me, so I used to, like, I think I saw it in a video, so I would follow their video, pause it, rewind it, pause it, rewind it. But I'll try and simplify it for you. So I am going to make my way. So now if you look at this, we need, the next thing we need to do is add a set of pearls in this spot here. But if you notice this one here, we want it attached to them. So they're going to attach by this bead here and this bead here. So let me make my way to that corner bead like that. So I'm just going to put it down on the mat and I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Okay. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to have, let me get a pointer here of some sort. So you're going to have this set of picot is going to be attached to your next set of pearls. So it's going to have a combined picot with this guy here. This is going to be combined with this one too. So if you think, where am I going to put my pearls? You're going to put a pearl here on this side of that 11-0 and like in between those two 11-0s. It's basically going to be something like that. So let me just show you. So you're going to put that one there. Oh, we'll do a pearl. So we're going to put that one there. And then we're going to do 3 other pearls, but we're going to add our own 11-0s because those will be separate like that. Okay, so that's going to be part of that. That's going to be part of that. Then we're going to add our own. We only have to add 2 11-0s on each. So, and that will change as you go further. So you're going to do this one, but then that one's not attached. So you're going to have to do your own. So let's just go forward with that. I hope that maybe clarifies a bit. So what we should do here, and you're going to follow your thread path, like I said. So the thread is going from right to left. So you want to continue going left. And the next step would be to pick up a pearl. You don't need to pick up an 11-0 because you have this combined 11-0. You don't need to pick up an 11-0 because you have this one. So you just pick up 1 pearl. This is probably my most satisfying move in this whole bracelet, is adding the 1 pearl. It's like, oh, it's coming together. You see how the simplest things make me excited? So now we're going to add the next 3 pearls. So you're going to do a pearl, an 11-0, a pearl, an 11-0, a pearl, and you don't need another 11-0 because there's one right there. So you're just going to go from this 11-0 to this 11-0, and you can go back through everything like that. And watch the magic. Oh. And now we're going to skip the 11-0s so we can cinch our pearls together. So let's go through this pearl. Pull tight. Go through, skip that 11-0, go through the next pearl. Skip the next 11-0. Go through the pearl. And you could do like different designs where you do different colors. Do like lines of colors going through if you get really intricate. Or just do random colors. So go through the pearl. Like that. Now we're going to go through the pearl. We're going to put our picot here and our picot there. So let's go through this pearl, through that 11-0, like that, and pick up 3 11-0s. So we'll do this a few more times, and hopefully it will make sense. So now go through your pearl because we want to get to this one. I still feel like the camera is off a bit. I think sometimes when it's a design that you have to pay attention and hold tight to your chest, that I end up getting off camera. So pick up 3, go through on the other side of your 11-0, that, pull it down. So now we are going to make our way to this one because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add one here. So go through your pearls. I like to go through the 11-0s after I've tightened everything, like tightened the pearls, when I'm trying to get to another spot. And the reason I do that is it reinforces the bracelet. You don't have to do that, but you know, if it can hold it all together, it's almost like doing a second pass. I know some beaders out there do that. They do double passes through everything. So let's go through. So because we're following the direction of the thread, you're going to notice something is going to happen different with this next one. So when you saw the first combined one, this one here, we went from here to here. So we just added a pearl. So you'd think, oh great, that's all I have to do here and then add my 3. Well, our thread's in a different direction. So let's just get it into the position that we need it. Always the tip where you're going to add the next set of crystals or pearls. So we now need crystals. Actually, this one worked. Maybe it's when we flip up. So we are in the correct position. So our thread's going this way. So we just need 1 crystal for this spot. I think it's when we go the other direction. You end up having to add 3 pearls and then 1 pearl. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Don't be doing that. So like that. Let's pick up a crystal, an 11-0, a crystal, an 11-0, another crystal. These are called Imitation Jade, light pale green, I think. And you know what? The picture on Beebeecraft shows them as even paler than this. So just so you know, they are absolutely lovely. This is the true color. I'm not enhancing the video in any way. And break it down. Oh, look, I added an 11-0. You see how easy it is to forget. Let's go through. Should be easy to take that one off. There. This design, once you get it, you really get it, but I have to tell you, you have to pay attention because a few things can happen. Let me just show you some of the silly things that happen with mine. When I was going through getting around to a different position, I thought this was I was probably working this way, and my needle actually didn't go through the crystal, so there's a thread hanging out there. And then, can you spot, it's cat hair, can you spot what's wrong with this bracelet? I'm going to leave it up to you to comment if you spot the difference, what the thing that I made a mistake with. But fooled you, thought I was going to tell you, right? Okay. No, it's funny. When I do stuff like that, people will comment and they'll tell me what it is. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I totally forgot that I asked you guys. I'm so bad. Okay, so we're going through the crystals. We're skipping the 11 O's. We want to get our crystals nice and tight. And this is a time to say it again. Be careful when you pull it tight. Try to be gentle because you will break your thread. I cannot believe how many times. And even just today, I was doing a design and I broke my thread and I showed it to my wife. I'm like, look at. She's like looking at me. What? She's so nice. We have a bit of a joke. She loves NASCAR. She loves all cars. She's a gearhead. And to me, so I get car sick. I've always gotten car sick. When we were kids, we used to go to Niagara Falls. That was like a weekend fun thing to do, was go to Niagara Falls. And my mom and dad would drop me off. Now I was like 5 or 6. They would drop me off at my aunt's house because every time I got in the car, I threw up. I guess they got tired of me throwing up in the car. So, okay, so this is our final one. Then we're going to go to the next. Like that. So yeah, I think this is the one where we turn around. Now, what you could do is, my thread is coming out of this one here on this side. You could come around and go like that and go back around. But I don't think we really need to do that. So I'm going to position myself for the next bead. So I'm going to go up one and then over. So yeah, my aunt had 2 boys, and I have to say both my sister Sylvia and I were really cute and well behaved. So my aunt I was like 5 or 6 years old. She'd pick me up like I was a baby and hold me in her arms, and like for the whole weekend, pet my hair, and I had a long history of being treated like a princess. It's not just Jen treating me like a princess. Oh gosh. So the reason I was telling you that is because I could care less about cars. It's 4 wheels and a steering wheel gets me to where I need to be. That is my opinion of a car. And honestly, when I was, driving age, I bought a motorcycle because I knew I'd have the cold air on my face and I wouldn't be sick driving. So, yeah, I had a motorcycle for years before I ever got a car. Then, of course, it became a little more complicated getting to work in the winter in Canada. So I had to bite the bullet and buy a car. So anyway, she's right into cars. So we joke all the time. She watches NASCAR. So she's going through withdrawals because they're off until February. I made the mistake of asking her, when do they start back? So then I introduced her to YouTube, and you would not believe how many car stuff, I didn't even know how to categorize it, there are. Oh, we need to skip that 11:0. Just remembered. Yeah, so she now watches so much car stuff. And there's huge, a lot of channels on the, where EVs are going and stuff like that, electric vehicles. So there, so that one's ready to go. So let's add our picos. I'm just going to flip this to make it easier to, so go through this one. So yeah, if it's, the funny thing is, I'll have a tray with my beading stuff while we're watching TV, and she'll say, "Do you care what I watch?" I say, "No, go ahead, watch whatever you want." And then she watches scar videos. I'm like, "Oh, do we have to? Mommy, do we have to?" I think one day, and then, like, I don't know when, but recently, we had a discussion about the amount of car videos she watches. And she made some comment about my beading, and I said, Jen, how many beading videos have you actually watched? She's like, besides yours. I'm like, you don't watch my videos. Nice try. It wasn't an argument. It was just I was making a observation. So you see how this one's like really flippy floppy, but once we get it attached to here, it won't be. So this is coming out nice. So we'll complete this row, and then I'll show you. I mean, it's so simple. I just added beads to that. So see where I'm at. Go through here. And go through this one here. Yeah, so the funny thing is, I took 2 different driving courses. I took what they call Young Drivers of Canada. It's a really good course. I recommend it for any new driver. So I took that course, and then I took a motorcycle safety course. And amazing how much I learned from the motorcycle safety course that saved my life. It teaches you to drive ahead of you. So in the sense, you're always looking ahead if people are going to turn left in front of you and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the one I was saying. Rather than, even though we're in this bead, we're on this side of the bead. So we can't add our single crystal here. So we have to add 3 on this side and then 1. So let's pick up 3 crystals and 11 O's. So like that. Crystal, 11O, crystal, 11O, crystal. And the only reason we don't have 11 O's on the side is here's our common 11O and there's our other common 11O. So we are going to come through on the left side of that bead. I don't know if you would call that the top side of it, like that. And then pick up 1 crystal. Just going to turn this. We're going to go up through this corner bead here, like that. And that's going to bring it all in, like that. So So now we're going to go around skipping our 11 O's to get our crystals cinched in. And I'm going to try and do them 2 at a time, see if that works. Skip the 11 O. Go through that crystal, go through this crystal. And I'm gonna hang on to the beads and pull it just because it got loose there. And go through the crystal and the 11O. I'm skipping that first 11O so that it brings it nice and tight. So here's the other thing too, is these crystals are smaller than these 4mm. What did I say they were? 4 by 3. So of course the 4 is the long and the 3 is this way. So if you look at it, they are tinier. And I was a bit concerned when I did the first bracelet, but then I realized because we're alternating, it's going to even out in the sense that, you know, the spacing, it's all going to fit together. If it was a lot smaller, then it would be really scrunched down on the one section of beads. So, okay, we need 3 11 O's. Go through the other side of that 11 O and go through the crystal and the 11 O like that. I'm just going to extend my thread here. I took a bit less. So this bracelet will use, I wouldn't say a lot of thread, but you definitely are going to have to add some thread multiple times. So pick up 3 and go like that. Oh, what happened? Did I only pick up 2? Why didn't you guys tell me? I'm trying to think of other car trips. Yeah, so that was kind of funny. You know, we'd been to Niagara Falls so many times, and because I was always sick, I never got to go. So then I think we were like 13 and 14 years old. My dad was working on the pyramid place, so it was like an attraction in the shape of a pyramid, and he was doing the corner pieces, and so he would work all week, but of course they had like money to pay for their hotel rooms and stuff since they were working out of town. So he would I don't know if he would come and pick us up and then drive back. He drove a lot. Oh my gosh. And we stayed for the weekend and saw the sights. So that was like my first time going to Niagara Falls. Meanwhile, it was a regular occurrence for my family. You know, when I graduated nursing, there was no work in Ontario, so I ended up working in North Carolina. What me and some other nurses did is we went to Niagara Falls kind of to say goodbye to Canada. It was like tearful. I was really, you know, you think of it, you work so hard to get your degree. You want to represent your country, but there was no work. We were had budget cuts to the healthcare system, so they were on a hiring freeze, which was interesting because our class was added to the schedule for nursing because there wasn't enough nursing students, so they added a class. We started in January. So funny, eh? In 3 years, because it was a 3-year course. This is not, there we go. So now we're going to go around and we're going to cinch those pearls in. Yeah. Standing at the falls. Bye, Canada. We love you. Yeah. Okay. So let's go and add the picot here and here, and I'll show you how to finish this. I don't know if I kept a clasp for this out. I think I did. There. Go through the pearl. Put the picot on here. So my dad had an 8mm camera. We used it and shot film and stuff, which is funny because I mean there was no other way to film stuff for people back then. Oh my god, I'm old. So I'm gonna go through again just to get my position here. So this would be where you would put your end of your bracelet, but it doesn't really matter. We're just doing a little sample here. So I am going to go around these pearls and come back to this bead here. So let's go in to the pearl. I'm going to skip that 11-0. So the 11-0s on the side are not structural, so you don't actually have to go through them multiple times, but if you want to hide your thread, you can. So let me think of this. I think what I did was, because my thread is going that way, that would take me to this bead, to this bead, to this bead. I don't want my beads to sit coming around. So I think what I did was I started here. So I went to the next one. So it will turn the other way. And then I could add the beads. So let's just skip that picot. So we're going down to this one. And again, I'm going to follow the path. So go from right to left, up and over. And we're going to have to go through, I think, yeah, we might have to go all the way to the other side. I think what I did was I came out this one, added the pearl here, then came back around and added. We might as well go to the end and come back. So let's go continue on like that. If you come up with a better way, let me know. Sometimes, you know, you're just looking at it too close, you don't see the logical way. There, go through. And then you want to be coming out of the top one there. And since we have pearls, we're going to add pearls across, which is lovely for these gorgeous pearls. So let's add, let me see what I added. Okay, so yeah, I added a 11-0 in between the pearls. And that way it gives the jump ring somewhere to sit. Like that. go through the top one of the next one like that. Pick up a pearl, an 11-0, and a pearl. Then, so you're coming out of this one here, you're going to go through this one. Like that. There's your top. So now, I think what I did is I think I did just skip and go back through. So let me see if I did that on here. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I did something like that. Because we definitely need to reinforce these. These are going to be attached to the clasp. So you want to make sure they're nice and snug. I'm going to go through that 11-0 and we'll turn around one more time. There, like that. So one more time and I will tie this off. There. And then go down to tie it off. There. So go around. So I am going to put a knot here. Pick up a thread bridge. Next to that 11-0, like that. Wrap it around twice, once, twice, bring it down, put your finger on it, and tighten and go through the pearl. It'll hide it. There. Let's add another knot here. Wrap it around once and twice. Tight. And go through the next pearl. Come out the 11-0. Like that. And take it off. Cut that. So this is looking really nice. There. Move these guys out. No, I don't have a clasp there. Let me see. I may have. Oh, I got some here. I don't need those. Let's add the clasp there. Just like that. This is super simple. Some jump rings. Let me see what sizes I used. I think these are 5. And you need 3 jump rings. There's 3 holes on that. Grab your tools. Open up. Like that. And determine which side you want to have the front and back of your bracelet. At this point, doesn't matter, you're adding your first one, but when you go to add your other side of your clasp, make sure you have it facing up. The crystals are on the upside, there's no crystals on the back. So there is a front and back to this, so that's why I mention it. And we're in the first hole, so you have to be in the first hole next to the pearl here. like that. Just grab onto that. Careful not to scratch your pearls. There's one. Get your next jump ring. These are not the best jump rings. As you can see, they cross over. I don't like it when, but these are inexpensive jump rings. So let's get that in the second hole. I want you to be able to see this. Not much help if you can't see it. So this one here, you kind of have to maneuver around the pearl to loop it in. You see how that little pico's there? So just be careful. And it does get a little finicky. See if I can hook it on here. You know what? I think I'm going to put it on the pearl first. There. That's easier. Okay, hang on. There. Now for our third one. So as soon as you put this, it really sparkles it up. Here's the other thing is you can add crystals. I think we should try that just to give you an example of how, if you feel like right now, I feel like there's probably too much green. So we can add some dimension here. Open this a little more. To add it to the pearl first. And then to your clasp. There. So let me get to see my Swarovski stash. It's hard to see it from the top, but look at the bottom. Here, let me adjust this. This is my case of Swarovskis. My hidden gems. So we definitely don't want green. That would be way too much green. But I have something right up front that might be nice. Oh my gosh, look at these. Let me enlarge this again. We could put one there. Put them at the top. You can put them on all of them. It's hard to see them though. So let's try a different color. But you get what I'm getting at. I did try that with the old bracelet that I made, and I didn't quite. I put pearls, and I didn't really care for it. Let me see what the yellow looks like. A wee bit better. Ta-da! Anyway, now we're going overboard. I've been playing with my Swarovskis. I'm dying to put them in stuff. Okay, so let me just show you so this one I put a pearl on those crystals. Maybe if it was a smaller pearl, it would look better. And you can also add a jump ring like this and a little closed jump ring. I said a jump ring, I mean a lobster claw. So there you go, these lovely pearls. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was good and helped you figure out a new beading design. So take care. Don't forget Emma 10% off your order at Beebeecraft, and the links are in the description. And $25 you get free shipping after $25. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Bye.